What's up? What's up? What's going on, people? It's your boy, Jermaine McCrimmon, and welcome to Humanity Unplugged podcast. I'm your host, and we're here for the 100th episode of Humanity Unplugged. It's been a great year, and Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year. It is a brand new year, and normally when we look at the new year, we got to first give honor to the Most High who makes everything possible, give us wisdom and knowledge to supersede all the troubles around us. This new year is a great year. It will be a great year. I speak it in the atmosphere, and you should do the same. I'm coming to you late on the 31st just to give you this episode so it can drop on the new year. And we have a lot to be thankful for the Most High who gave us the wisdom and knowledge to supersede all troubles that come our way. It's been a long year. 100 episodes mean a lot for this podcast. It signifies completion by being 100. 100, I remember the time when it was 1, 2, and so forth and so on. And as we go through all the issues we have went through the year, it's not been easy. It hasn't been easy to get to this point of 100. A lot of people didn't make it to the end of the year, and just like a lot of people haven't completed the goals that they may have set in front of them. While I'm here, I'm not going to hold you long, but I just want to go over a few things that happened throughout this year. Of course, we have trouble on every hand. We have a new Trump president that's elected, and he's in there in the office of the White House, and he's moving with Congress. He's against all Democrats. He's against people to get ahead. He wants the rich to stay richer and the middle class to get below the belt. And I speak that because on every hand, we have friction, we have turmoil, we have trouble. And as I sip my water, let's go 49ers. We must remember the time, what makes us happy, what we endured through this year. What can we look back as the positives and the negatives? Negatives are important because without the negatives, we don't have the positives. Without trial, you don't have triumph. Without going through something, you can't be tested to go forth in the new year. So this year, as we look back, we must give thanks for all things, because through all things, we work through it and we become a better person. So as we look through our year, January of last year, 2025, it's tax season again, coming in 26. People will be filing their taxes and doing things with their money. I suggest that all people save their money, look deeper into what they don't see and what could be without infrastructure in the U.S. economy. Currency is not great and it could be better. So we got to understand how to move. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just suggesting to you to think about the things that we might have missed in 2025. Think about your health. Some of us have eaten food and lack of exercise, lack of sleep because we chase the dollar to provide for our families. Find a comfort place and what really makes you happy and proceed in that. For some people, happiness is just as simple as getting home, taking a deep breath, and knowing the lights are still on. Some people need the internet. Some people need to have their cabinets full. Some people just like a warm bed. It is up to you and your criteria of what you possess as happiness. For me, happiness is peace and quiet. Being able to get a cold beverage, because sometimes, we need something cold and refreshing. Other people, they need that fix. Some people need the weed. Some people need heavier drugs. Some people that have addictions might need the opioids. Some might need the weed. Some might need the white candy. For those incarcerated, I wish you freedom and better understanding. I'm just talking. I can only imagine what someone that's less fortunate than me would go through. For some of you don't understand and might not know that just getting up and going to work, it's a routine. It's simplified as just getting up doing what you're supposed to do. You don't get credit for that because that's what you're supposed to do. Going to school, getting your education. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not getting credit for things you should do as a human being. If you stay stagnant and idle, you can't grow. Everything must shed their skin and grow. Your nails on your fingers grow. Your hair grow. Your height grow. Your age, you get older. Everything's happened for a reason for you to grow and expand. Some people may have their first child born today, yesterday, or even coming up. It's a growth in the family, addition to the family. For some who haven't experienced having a child, it is a great honor to be able to have a child in the world we have today. To take care of that child is a deeper and deeper understanding. To provide for that child that doesn't know what's going on. To provide comfort, warmth, shelter, food, all these things we take for advantage or take advantage at times. And we should understand it is not easy in the new year. A lot of programs have been cut from our president to save the budget or cut the budget to implement some deeper structure for society. Our communities are struggling. Programs like Section 8, programs like public assistance, welfare, food stamps, things are being cut off left and right, but yet God still is in charge. And we need to understand that. We need to understand that no matter what you go through in life, things do get better. Sometimes you got to crawl before you walk. I give a shout out to my beautiful kids, my grandson, and everyone that is assisting and taking care of them. Whether you play a big part or a little part, your part matters. Everyone's part in this world matters when it comes to family. There's nothing more important than family. You need to understand that you're not given a choice of what type of family you have. The cards are dealt, and that's what you have. Over time, we hope that the structure of having a family is at least fair, where you have people of strength around you, people of courage, people of decent principles and morals to help structure out the family. And as these morals pass down, we hope that everyone understand their position and what is needed for them. Oftentimes, we misjudge our family, and oftentimes we argue with our family, we fight with our family. In certain cases, life or loss between family members. It's a sad thing, but it happens all the time. Daughters fighting with mothers, sons fighting with fathers, husband and wives getting divorces, families breaking up on a daily. We have to look back. No one is perfect and nothing is perfect. Everything you have in life comes with its goods and its bads. And we need to take accountability for that. We need to understand that through everything you go through, there's a life lesson to learn and have an open mind and open concept with that. It's important to feed the mind positive things, healthy things, things that produce productivity. We got to stop and lay off all the chemical foods. We have to exercise more. We need to read more, and we need to know about our history more. And that's very important to you expanding. You cannot expand and grow as a human being stuck on 70s and 60s tactics. They were good then and it helped you give you the structure that you have now, but you have adapt. You must adapt to what's going on in our world today. A lot of people don't realize what's happening. Our workforce economy is down. They can tell you all day that Jobs are there, but I'm telling you, yeah, jobs are there, but no one is hiring like that. You making $50,000 to $60,000, you are struggling. Nowadays, in the American economy, you need to make $80,000 or more just to provide a decent lifestyle for your family, just to pay the bills. Now, if you look back in our infrastructure, a lot of things have changed. The American dollar has dropped, gold has went up, and oil is still one of the main resources that America bargains with. We like to take people oil, as you see with Trump in Venezuela. We like to bully people like we tried to do with Canada. We like to pick fights or start with Russia and try to be the middleman over there. We try to do everything to stick our noses in other people's business. It is time for the American people to mind their business. Take care of home first. It's important that we look at that. It's important that you understand your economy and what's going to be in the foreseen future of your economy. Yes, there will be a lot of jobs available in the future, but what are the jobs infrastructure? Where are they coming from? What do you see changing in your immediate community, in your immediate life? You have to take the moment. One thing for certain, two things for sure. Healthcare, it will always be there because people are constantly being sick and inflicted with different diseases because of what we're consuming, and also vaccinations that we're taking are full with different chemicals and medication that is not good for the body. So we have to look forward to staying off these things, watching what we intake, exercise, and also get the proper rest. It's very key for us to do these things, to grow. You must put forth a small game plan, a short term, a mid-term, and a long-term goal that you need to exercise and execute. I'm here to tell you that hard life is for you if you cannot execute. You have a long life to live of struggling if you cannot complete your objective. You must be able to look forward into completing small, mid, and long term goals. It's a factor in this new year that is here, January 1st, 2026. You must complete your objective. You must put forth the time to build self. It is important, it is key. It is also very important to have a spiritual connection with something. Now, I say something because I'm not here to choose your faith. I'm not here for you to choose or pick what I pick or follow what I do, because what's for me is for me and what's for you is for you. But I do have a higher calling that I listen to and I go by and I live my life through those structures. I implement some of those structures to my children, and I hopefully they will go by that and understand when times get dark, when you're down to your last dime, you might be unemployed, you might go through different situations in life. You must know how to humble yourself and ask the Most High for help. And Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior, is there to provide that. But he's there knocking on the door. You must let him in. But sometimes the big P word stops us from letting God come in our life and get a better understanding of him by reading the scriptures, reading the word, connecting, praying, fasting, and getting your mind on one accord with your spirit. They must work together. I can say this all day and talk to you all day about doing certain things, but first, you have to admit that there's a higher calling that provides for you. Now, for me, I know who that is. For you, you have to figure that out. I talk to everyone in Ukraine. I talk to people in Seoul, Korea. I talk to people in China. I talk to people in Africa. I talk to people in United Nations. I talk to people in United States. I want you to understand, guys, I deeply appreciate everything and everyone who has participated in this podcast for making it what it is today. And yes, we need to grow. And yes, we're going to grow. But we have to understand that things don't just happen overnight. Oftentimes, we rush the process. The process is that, in fact, a process. We must understand that you will take some losses along the way. You will lose some friends along the way. People may die close to you or perish or go on to the next level along the way. That is part of life. We cannot allow this to stop us from growing and moving forward with what we have put forth as our short, mid, and long term goals. And that's the key. Your fate is your fate. I talked about this in episode 99, and I shared a few things about your fate. Your fate is something that's uncontrollable. It is there, it will always be there. You can't stop it. But your destiny is what you choose on making it. That means you need to make the proper decisions, level headed decisions for growth. Just because the new pair of Jordans may have came out last week, that don't mean you need to spend your $200 to go buy it. Just because they got the flyest jeans on, you don't need to buy those. We always looking to be righteous through fashion and through luxurious items to make us complete. We have to understand that you are already complete when you put the Most High in front of you. You give your money to that, your percentage to that, and ask God to keep providing for you. You are complete. Taking care of your family, you are complete. Taking care of your obligations as a man, you are righteous with that. You don't have to have the latest gear to feel worthy or feel like you're doing something correct. This 100th episode show you that I am not perfect. 1 through 99, there are tons of parts in these episodes, if you look back on them, where I made mistakes and I kept on going. I did not let my flaws stop me from completing my objective. When I was in college, taking care of my mom, getting my bachelor's, I didn't pass every class. I didn't submit everything on time. I did not do everything that was needed, but I pushed through. And I'm here to tell you that you may fail sometime. You might come up short sometime. No one is perfect. Well, what makes you different in knowing that your ancestors before you failed and they kept going. They endured much more than what we had to endure, and they kept going. Where would we be without our Black creators who created almost everything under the sun, and it was taken from them one by one? Other people have took ownership of Black creations throughout the world. But do Black people stop fighting? Do we stop moving forward? Do we stop producing? Do we stop doing what we know how to do, which is survive? But I strive to tell you that there's a life better than just surviving. There's a prosperous fruit we can eat from when we know who provides the fruit. We must get a better understanding on what this new year brings. This new year brings a fresh start. This new year brings a new beginning. This new year brings fresh oil. This new year brings you the ability to wipe the slate clean and move forward again with a clean slate. Forget about your shortcomings. Forget about what you did wrong. I'm here to tell you, you can make it if you just keep going forward. Yes, you might start off running. Yes, it will get difficult. It turns that run into a light jog, maybe even a trot, maybe even a walk. Sometimes you might get knocked down to the ground. As we go forward, pushing through on this podcast, you will see that I'm not perfect. No one is. But I ask you to just keep moving forward. Excuse me. excuse me, when I came up here to do this podcast, I didn't know what to talk about. I knew I was going to go back to fate and your destiny because that's important. And that should have its own segment and have its own episodes by itself. And I blended it into a new year because it's part of your new year. The things that we have endured in this past 2025 will be totally different in 2026. And you should look forward to that. You should look forward to reaching for goals you never set forth before. You should look forward in reaching out on steps and levels you never been to before in your life. Don't say I can't, say I can. Don't say it's impossible, say it's difficult. Don't quit, but say I'm going to keep going. You can make it if you just stay on the path of consistency. When I was in school getting my bachelor's, I remember a time way before I was in school when I said to myself, I would never go to school. I didn't like school. I knew I had the basic stuff, but as I got older, I realized there was some key flaws that I could have did better if I'd have stayed in school to get the proper training, to get the proper education, to better myself, to provide for my family on a better level so I can be around for all the birthdays I miss, for all the Thanksgivings I miss, for all the events I may not have missed. Now, I didn't miss the graduations, thank God for that, but some of the things like ballet class and certain events, soccer, basketball games, I didn't go to all of them. Some teachers and parents meeting, I might have missed. I'm just being honest. But it doesn't mean that you have to miss yours. It doesn't mean you have to come up short on your journey. You just have to understand that if you prepare better, you can be more productive later. I'm just Jermaine McCrimmon, a Black man with a voice. Everyone has a voice. I choose to turn it into a podcast where I give out some positive energy, just positive information. You do the research, like I say, all the time. You do the homework that's needed. If you do the homework, you'll see your results. You cannot complain about where you at if you ain't put the work in to get better. You can't complain about your situation if you don't stop and take a look and have accountability for your actions. It's important for us to do that. Accountability is key. So you must have accountability. You must move forward and correct your wrong. Correct your wrong. Apologize to your brother. Apologize to your mother. Apologize to your father. Apologize to your sister. Some of us parents have gone on home. We're not able to talk to them anymore. You have a luxury, if your parents are still on this earth, to pick up the phone and just say, hey, Ma, hey, Dad, I love you. I'm sorry for whatever I've done in the past that might have offended you, disrespected you, or maybe took you for granted. I'm sorry. That doesn't mean you're less of a person. That don't mean you're less of a woman, less of a man because you apologize. It means you're more of a man. You're more of the average woman because that word apology or apologize or show your empathy on a situation and your accountability on a situation is crucial in life. A lot of jobs look for a person that can have accountability. Accountability is taught when you were a child. Some of us might have had rough childhood, came up in a rough environment. Maybe their parents wasn't around. Maybe their parents were struck out on drugs and so forth. Or they had to do what they had to do to pay the bills. Might have been on them streets, could have been on them corners. Some of us have been blessed to have parents, and some of us didn't have parents. And what I'm saying to you could be far-fetched because you don't understand, because you didn't have that. Well, you have an opportunity to provide what you didn't have to your family. Close the gap. Change that curse that might be on your family of fathers and mothers not being together. Change that hereditary dysfunctional father and son relationship. You can do it. It's not difficult. It just starts with you saying, hello, how are you? I miss you. Where you been? What's your day like? You got a minute? When can we go out and have a bite to eat? Some of us only know our parents as parents. Some of us only know our parents as dad, as ma. They don't know them as a human being. They had a life before you. They were them before you were ever created. You need to understand that they have feelings and emotions just like the children do. Without the parents, you don't have children. Everybody need to hold themselves accountable in this new year. Stop giving your child a pass. Make them hold things accountable for what they do at home, on the streets, school, work. Accountability is so important. In this new year, I dare you to set up a short, a mid, and a long-term goal of just accountability. If you want to get the new job, make sure you got the training to get the new job. Make sure you have the skill set to provide to interview for the new job. You might not have the opportunity to pick, but you can make yourself seeable or noticeable by coming to the table correct. Why go to an interview with jeans and not looking sharp, but you won't go to the club looking shabby? You won't go to church looking shabby. You won't go to your friend's birthday baby shower looking shabby. We won't go to a music video looking shabby. We won't go to a concert looking shabby, but we'll go to a job interview looking half-ass. Excuse my French. I'm just telling the truth. We need to take more accountability and understand that everything we do has an effect. I'm Jermaine McCrimmon. This is Humanity Unplugged podcast. And this is the 100th episode, wishing everyone a happy new year, a prosperous new year, a healthy new year, a wealthy new year, a sound mind and soul connected to spirit and mind in a great faith that can help you provide all your dreams to come true. I say to all of you guys, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and don't forget, we're not going to stop. We can't stop. We won't stop. God bless. Peace.